Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We are live again. How's everybody doing? Good to see everyone. Come on in. Please share whatever you do, whatever you're doing. Stop for a good 30 minutes and let's share. Let's talk together. That's good, baby. That's good sound right there. All right, y'all know my co-producer is with me, so come say hello, co-producer.
Hi.
All right. Good to see everybody. Come on in. Now, when you come in, go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. I'm also live off Facebook. So I'm going to be eventually setting up the whole thing with Facebook. So I'm going to, after this, put a link up for my not my YouTube, so that you can come to YouTube, because eventually I'll probably go all the way to YouTube and Instagram, just because uh, it just doesn't have all of the uh, rules and all the other stuff that Facebook has. So eventually, if y'all can, please join my hey, how are you? Please join my my YouTube and my Instagram, because eventually that's where all of my stuff will be coming from. Are those two. Like I said, with with Facebook, they got so many rules and things. They cut so much stuff off. So I'll eventually just be coming from YouTube, and leave it right there for a minute, baby. All YouTube and from Instagram, okay? And I'll be setting those links up, so you just look at my Facebook page. And I'll always tell y'all from Facebook when I'm going live. So if you haven't joined my YouTube or you haven't joined my Instagram, you can do that, okay? Great to see everybody. Great to see everybody. You know how I do, ladies. I start talking and then everybody come in. When you get a chance, go ahead and share. Um, share from where you are. Because let me see, last week, if you were able to join us, we talked about uh, just basically when you're going through, or you might be going through some issues, but you really don't realize it. So to this time, I'm going to give some tips on how to handle some of the stresses in your life. I'll give you some tips on, just how to deal. Just basic tips. Things that are simple for you, simple to use. And I promise you, if you start to use these techniques in your life, you are going to see some changes. They might not be all of a sudden, slow process changes, but that's what it takes. Like I always tell my girls, a lot of times it took a lot for you to get into the mess. It's going to take you a little bit to get out of it, okay? That's fine. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, last week we talked about that, you might be going through some things and you just really don't realize it. Sometimes we are in depression. We don't realize it. We're going through things that we have gotten so used to that we take it as normal. But in reality, anything that is causing you stress, anything that is causing you headaches, that is making you sick, that is not normal things. Okay. Hey, Shelly, how are you? Great to see you. Please share, y'all, as I continue to talk. I'm also going to be live on YouTube from now on, and I'll send y'all the information out. But like I said, a lot of times we don't even know we're going through things. It becomes so normal to us that we just go with it. And then the next thing we know, we're having problems with on our job. We're having problems with our kids. We're having problems with our relationship, and we're just in a tussle. And we're trying to figure out why is all this? And a lot of times because there are things going on with us, things that we may not have things that have happened in our past that are affecting us now, and we haven't dealt with them. And so tonight, I want to talk about just a few tips on how to deal with them. And then after that, before I want to do that first, before I get angry, because I want to talk about a story that sets me on fire. Okay. So I want to say the good stuff first, and then we'll come to the stuff that makes me angry, right? Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is I said some books last week that I thought some people might be interested in reading. One was Purpose Driven Life. If you have not gotten that book, that's a great book to kind of help you look at what your purpose may be. It's kind of a heavy read. Baby, I cannot talk with the music on. It's a heavy read, but uh, hey, Wanya, hey, girl. It's a heavy read, but it may be helpful to some people when they're trying to figure out what your purpose are. Because a lot of times we're struggling with that, what our purpose is in life, what our next step should be, and those kind of things. I'm gonna need to look up something, babe. So that's a good book. Another one I told people to read was The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. And that book right there, thank you. Y'all know my co-producer right here, right? This book right here just helps. I think every young person should read this book. It enlightens them to just a world of things. So if you have a young person, they have not read this book, gift this book to them. Okay. I had one more book. I can't remember what it was, but it'll come to me in a minute. But anyways, I want to give some tips that are going to really be helpful. First of all, no one, you should not allow anyone into your personal space that is causing you negative issues. That is negative. It's causing you problems. Every time this person is talking, they got an issue that's stressing you out, or they got something negative to say. I'm not sure just yet, baby. All right. I'll call you when I need you. You can go back to yours. All right. If they're causing you negative issues, that person needs to be removed. I don't care who it is. Okay. We have to learn self-care. We have to learn how to take care of ourselves first. A lot of times as women, we take care of everybody else's issues, everybody else's problems, but we don't take care of our own. A lot of us don't even take care of our health like we should. We don't go to the doctor like we should. We don't eat right. We don't exercise. Okay. All these things that we don't do to help us, they cause our stress. They cause our problems. They cause a variety of things. So tonight I want to talk about some of those things that we should be doing about self-care. I know it's a lot going on in our lives and everything, but ladies, we have to stop and take time for ourselves. This is a big issue of mine. I have been working on for years because I'm that type of person that I try to help everybody with everybody issues, and I don't think about me. Okay. And then at the end of the day, I'm passed out somewhere, trying to breathe because I'm so wore out. I don't know what to do. So we have to stop doing that. We have to learn self-care. Okay. One of the things that I tell people, if you are truly, truly stressed out, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving you advice like a doctor would or anything. These are suggestions and things that you could just try, things that I have tried that have helped me and other people that I have helped. One of the things, hey, Katrina, one of the things that if you're going through things, first of all, try to identify where you are. Okay. Take some time. If you got to go into the bathroom, sit in the tub, lock the door, go in your room, lock the door, sit in your car, you do it for 30 minutes and breathe. Just deep breathe. And then think about your life and what's going on. How are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you feeling sad a lot? Are you feeling overwhelmed, like you just want to cry every second of the day? Is your anxiety up? Okay. You need to try to start to identify some of the things that you may be going through. I find myself sometimes not even wanting to go outside the door and just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to nobody because I feel so overwhelmed. So if you're doing these things, one, you may need some more help, and that's okay. Okay. I have a number to a um, psychologists that they do it all online. Okay. And I know you've probably seen some of the commercials. I have one that's great. You don't have to leave your house. Don't nobody know even have to know what's going on. You can lock yourself in your bedroom or in your car and you can do a whole session from them from your phone. But they really help, especially if you're dealing with depression. And depression is not just I'm feeling sad. Clinical depression is something that you can't wish away. I mean, it's the kind where you just feel like I just do not want to go out the door. Okay. I don't want to comb my hair. I don't want to do anything. Just leave me alone. When you get that kind of depression, sometimes we need help with that. So I do have something. If you don't have any local numbers, I will put them up later. That you can do it from your phone. That makes everything so much easier now for us. That you can do counseling and thing from the phone that may really be helpful. Now I found counseling helpful for myself, even though I'm always in a leadership position. When you're in a leadership position, you always have weight on your shoulders. You always have everybody else's problem, your family's problems, and other people's problems on you. So it becomes heavy. And even in leadership and things, we find that we need help. We need to talk to someone. We need to sort some of these things out. So it's okay if you need that. Don't hesitate. Use it. Okay. So I'm going to put that number up later. You can talk to somebody on the phone about whatever's going on with you. Two, I take time out and I just do self meditation. I go on YouTube and I'll put you up a hey Vanita. I'll put up a link that I use. I have meditation at night. I have and then 15 minutes in a day. Now, if you're working and you're in a stressful job, you need to take 15 minutes to do some meditation a day. Put on your headphones from your phone or whatever. Breathe in and take that time. You might not think that it helped, but let me tell you something. That time helps. Okay. When you take that time, 15 minutes to breathe, 15 minutes to just meditate, 15 minutes to go out and walk around your building to regroup, it makes a difference. Because if you're in a stressful job, I've been there. If you don't get that, you ready to curse everybody and everybody out, okay, before the day is up. So, and then you bring that stress on. So let's try to do that. Take that little time to do those things. Another thing is a pencil and a piece of paper is your best friend. They're your best friend. I found that when you write things down, when you identify, okay, when you identify what it is you're trying to change, whatever goal you're trying to get to, it makes it clearer in your mind. Because we're visual people, we have to see things a lot of times. So write things down if you're trying to get to something. If you are trying to, let's say, you know how a lot of times you talk to your kids or you talk to your spouse and you're trying to get something over and they're not listening. One of the best things I found to do is to write a letter. Not no email, write a letter. Write a letter, leave it on the pillow. If your husband's going to work, put it in his car. And just a simple letter to say, hey, I need you to listen to me. I need you to hear what I'm trying to say. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm dealing with. Okay. So a pencil and a piece of paper are going to be your best friend. And then you let them know, look, I need some space. I need some time. I need to regroup. This is too much for me. I need this or whatever it may be. Another thing is organization. You have to try to organize your life as best as possible. It's nothing worse when you're already in a hurry and things are happening and then you're climbing trying to do everything, okay? You in the morning time, you're trying to get the kids out the door and you're trying to get out the door. They can't find their shoes. They can't find their book bag. That's chaos in the morning. So now you've already started your day off like this. Okay, then you go, if you're in Atlanta or anything like Atlanta, then you get in traffic. So you really like this. So by the time you get to work, you're already on 10. Okay. So organization, having the kids' clothes and shoes and everything laid out the night before, having your stuff laid out the night before, having the lunch stuff laid out. So when they get up, you just put it together and y'all go. Those kind of things. Same thing at work. Organize your desk. Have sticky notes that what you need to do at 6, 7, 8, 9. Put it in your phone so it can ring. All these little techniques, if you start to implement them, will start to help you with some of the stress in your life and help you to start to identify what is going on. Okay? There is nothing like peace of mind. All the money in the world, all the money in the world, trust me, it's not worth your peace of mind. Okay? That is most important, is your peace of mind, your health. So that's what we're going to work on now. We're going, we'll be talking more about, eating right, walking and stuff like that. But now that I've given y'all those tips and stuff, I want to talk to you about something that it really bothered me. And I don't know how you ladies may feel about it, but it bothered me. So the other day I got how you going through your Instagram and I got this little thing and it said BBWT or BBWL or something, women's basketball. Okay. So I thought, oh, okay, what's this? So I clicked on it. So what it was big women playing basketball, right? BBWB. Okay. See, I told y'all, boy, y'all know my co-producer be on it. He says BBWB. So I clicked on it and I was like, okay. So when I looked at it, it was big women playing basketball, which I had no problem with. I was like, all right, cool. They in shape, they can play basketball, more power to them, right? But then I looked, why all of the women had on thongs. Now they had to be about 2 sizes bigger than me. And y'all know how big I am in my behind, right? Okay. So you can imagine what they look like running down the court with this thong on. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why in the heck do they have a thong on? What does that got to do with basketball? Right? So, I flew hot because I am so tired of them exploiting and some of us allowing them to exploit us, that everything that happens with a woman, we have to show our behind. I'm sick of that, because what happens now is our young girls think the only way that I'm going to achieve in life is I got to show my behind. Okay. I got to show my rear end. What is that about? You got to be more than that. It even make me more angry when I see these very wealthy women feeling like they still got to show their behind. If I'm a singer, okay, and you're buying my records, you're buying my records because you like the way I sound. If you're buying my records because of my behind, then I need to quit singing and just do some poster boards with my behind. See, that's exploitation. And I'm so sick of it. And we have to stop. Okay. We have to at some point say enough is enough, because we have to teach our young girls that they are more than that. We are more than that. As a woman, you don't want no man walking up to you talking about, ooh, how sexy you are. Ooh, wee. You don't want that. What you want a man to say is, you look lovely today. How are you? Okay. But if half your behind out, half your boobs out, and everything else out, what is he going to say to you? And our girls is taking this in, and everything has become so sexualized. And we just kind of casually ignore it. But it is affecting, our relationships, because you got to realize now what you feed your mind. Okay. That's what you're going to respond to. That's the way you're going to react, is what you're feeding your mind. And we're feeding our young people filth. Okay. Filth. And we have to be more than that. Okay, you have to be more than that. You know, you have a mind, you think, you're talented. Okay, and all these other things. You have to become more than that. But every time we see something plastered on the TV, it's sexualized. Our young women's butts are in the air and they twerk and they twist and they doing this and that. Why? You can't even turn on the BET Awards and watch it with your children anymore. Okay? You can't even do that. And it makes no sense because we don't need that to sell records. We don't need that to sell clothes. We don't need that to sell soap. We don't need that to sell nothing. That is just exploiting the woman, period. Okay? I hate it. And we have to stop. We just have to stop. We really do. We have to start putting our voice out there and saying, no, it's not acceptable. Because I was telling my friend the other day, you can be sexy without being, vulgar. Okay, with everything hanging out. Don't nobody need to know everything about you. It has to be some personal in some personal space. Because as soon as you can, now they can say all that, I don't care. This is my body, da. But as soon as somebody say something wrong to you, so you're gonna be ready to fight. That's the real. As soon as somebody say something, ooh, look at that right there. What you looking at? Well, you got it out. So we can't say it don't bother us because we know it does. They got videos all on TV. Like I was sitting there, I was at the fish place today and I'm waiting for the fish. And so they got the video playing on the screen. And Neo's, Neo, not Chris, was it Chris? It was one of them, I can't remember. Neo or Chris. I think it was Chris's new song out. So anyways, all the girls on there, they on the pole, they twerking. It's a group of them just twerk. And I'm thinking to myself, the men ain't twerking. I don't see the men's behinds. Why are they behinds out? See, we got to be more than that. And we've got to require more of our men. Okay? Because if we keep putting that out there, our young men think, oh, that's all they are. No big deal. I ain't got to work too hard for that. I know what she won't give her a couple of dollars. We cool. We gotta do better than that, ladies. Because see what happens is those heartaches and those pains that happen when you're younger, in your teens and your 20s, then they roll over to your 30s, then they roll over to your 40s. Next thing you know, you're an old, angry woman because of all the things you've been through. So we have to start early and talking to our ladies, talking to our girls, and our young men. They've got to know, look, there's a certain way you treat a woman. There's a certain way you treat a woman, okay? There are some things that you should not do. There are some things you should not say, okay? We have to start teaching them that is just not acceptable. When we see stuff on TV, we tell them turn it off. We hear it on the radio, turn it off. I hate one of Lizzo's songs. I don't know if y'all heard that song, Lizzo, but they play it all the time. I don't even know the name of it, but she talking about touch it and this and that. Put your eyes on me. That's a dirty, dirty, grimy song. And it's on every radio station. So you keep feeding your kids filth. That's what's going to come out of them. Right now, it's so much going on in the school. People scared to send the kids to school. But I brought that up because when I was looking at that, I thought about Sarah Baartman. I don't know if some of you might know who Sarah Baartman is, but she is the Black woman that they put on display. See if I can pull up a picture of her. She's the Black woman that they put on display because of her butt. Now, her story is sad, just like most, Black women in that time. It's just a sad story. But with Sarah Baartman, they put her on display because her butt was so big. Well, of course, they got her from Africa. Her father died. The man that she was married to was murdered. Her child died. It didn't say how. And then all of a sudden, she so-called signed a contract with some Europeans to travel to show her butt. Okay. But she was illiterate. She couldn't read. So I don't know how she signed a contract. But once you got caught up, you was caught up. She died at 26. Okay. And just the story was horrible. But I bring that up because I'm not gonna show one of the pictures. It's kind of explicit, but you can look it up on just Google it. Just Google her name. If y'all can kind of see that. Okay. Do it like this. Okay, that's on my YouTube. Now, Sarah was put on display, okay, because of her butt was so big. And they exploited her. They made money out of her. You could even get private showings to touch her, okay? So you can imagine what went on in the private settings for you to touch her. You paid extra to touch her, okay? She died at 26, all right, of venereal disease, alcoholism, and it was something else. They said it might have caused her death, but she was 26. When I saw those women running down the court with their butt out like that, I thought immediately of her. We women go through so much, and we have to, if no one else is going to stand up and speak for us, we have to speak for ourselves. We have to stand up and speak for ourselves and say, hey, you're not going to treat me like this. That's what you're not going to do. Okay. It's saying, I can do bad by myself. I don't need no help to starve to death. Everybody, whoever you are, man, woman, child, you have a voice. You don't have to let anyone treat you any kind of way. And do not let people exploit you for money. I know right now with Monique and all that craziness Monique has done that we want to talk about Monique. But let me tell you this, honey. One thing she said was right. It's got to be about more than the bad. It's got to be more about that. You've got to have some integrity in your life. Okay? You've got to. Money comes and goes. And I tell my daughters all the time, you can get money. That's right. You're right. You can get money. Okay? Money's easy to come by. But what are you willing to give up for money? That's the question. And most of the time, baby, what you give up for money is not worth it. Because in the end, you suffer. Okay? It's a whole lot of women out there who have gave up a whole lot of their integrity and their personal self-worth, that for the money, and they are very unhappy. Okay? We all like money and things like that. But let me tell you something. One thing about wisdom, when you get a little wisdom, more things become important to you. Like I said, your peace of mind, your health. Okay? So we have to stop letting people exploit us. Okay? We have to stop that. We have to stop allowing people to talk to us any kind of way. We have to stop that. We have to stop allowing people to treat us any kind of way. You are the most important thing, okay, on earth. Because without woman, without female, there is nothing else. Okay? There is nothing else. If every woman stopped having birth, we got a problem. So you have to understand how important you are. And you have to understand, I know we deal with self-esteem issues and all that, but hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing my girlfriends had granddaddy say all the time, you'll never find a woman on the trash pile. Okay? There's somebody out there for you that's gonna love you just for you. But it may take a minute. And normally it takes a minute because God want to give you time to get yourself together. You need to get yourself together. Okay? You need, see, if you messed up and you meet a good man, every time you do a little something, you're gonna snap at him and you won't jump. You can't bring trash into a clean house and think the house ain't eventually gonna smell like trash. You gotta get yourself together first. So we gotta work on us. We got to be happy with us. You can't give what you ain't got. Okay. If you're not happy with you, how you going to give it? If you don't love you, how you going to give love? How you going to give it? You have to love yourself. Okay. Then you can give it. We got to quit letting everything else be more important than ourselves. Okay. You got stuff going on. You need a good cry. Go have a good cry. But then get up and say, all right, I got to figure out how to change this. I got to figure a way out of this. Okay. I'm too stressed out. I got too much going on. We gotta switch some things up. I gotta change some things, whether it be my career, whether it be my relationship, whether it be the way I deal with my kids, because that's a whole nother story. We have to deal with our children like we should. Okay. If they are young and still in your house, you and your husband, if you have a husband or whatever, made in your house, are the head of the house, not the kids. They don't tell you what to do. You tell them what to do. And the day they can't listen to that, they're going to double. They get too riled up, call 911. The police will come and get them, take them to juvenile. You have to have control of your house. Okay? Too many times we let our kids have control over us and our house. Okay? We can't do that anymore. That's one reason you're stressed out and your hair is going. All right? Hey, State Representative. How are you? That's my girl, Sharon. Nice to see you. I hope everything is going well with you and your husband. So you have to have control, okay? 2, if your kids are grown, they're grown. Now, I have this conversation with my girlfriend all the time because, I had to learn to cut the umbilical cord, okay? I had to cut it. They grown, let them be grown. Let them do what they do, okay? When they become grown, we have to let them find their way. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. When you don't allow them to make a way and struggle, you stop them from learning and you stop God from doing whatever he wants to do. You have to let them go and let them make their way. And you will be surprised when you do that, you're going to start having stress off of you. Okay? When it comes to a relationship, especially if you're married, it's a little bit more complicated, but what you can do is you can set some boundaries. Okay? Like I said, if you can't talk to them, write a letter and say, this is my boundaries. This is where I'm at. This is where we need to work at. And then from there, if he can't deal with that, then it's time for another step. But that start there. This is my boundaries. Okay? This is what I don't like. And this is what I need from you. Okay? And then vice versa. You tell me what you need from me. Especially if you've been married for a while. You take each other for granted. Things happen. So you have to start making those boundaries, setting them in line. That's right. They have to get those life skills. And when we stop them, we do it too much. Okay, too much. I don't agree with everything that my children do. So what I don't do is support it. Okay, our children make decisions on life, where they're gonna live, what they're gonna do, who they're gonna date, and all this good stuff. I may not agree with them, and I let them know, look, I'm not happy with that decision that you made, and I think you should make it. I give them my opinion, but after that, I'm not supporting you in your madness. Okay, and that's what's not gonna happen. Okay, I'm not doing that. And we as parents have to do that. They have to fall. They have to fall and bump that head. And once they bump that head, they either learn or they're going to bump it again. Okay? So, but that takes stress off of us because we always picking them up, always going to get them. What's wrong? You got your own issues. Okay? You didn't raise them. Okay? Let's work on you now. And for people who have younger kids still, you have to set boundaries with your younger kids and give them space. I know when I was working and my kids were at home, I used to tell them, look, I need 30 minutes to myself. 30 minutes. So when I came home from work, I would go in my room. They're going to give me my 30 minutes. And then at night, I don't care, especially when they were younger, when they were little, they were in the bed by 8 o'clock. I don't care if you were howling at the moon, knocking on the bed, looking at the ceiling. But by 8, you in the bed because I've had enough for the day. I can't wrestle with you all night. So you have to set boundaries to help you deal with whatever you're dealing with. You have to. Okay. You can't continue to let people just run over you. You have to take that time. Then you have to take time out for yourself. Get your nails done, get your hair done. Take that woosah moment, whatever it may be. Walk into the flea market. Take that time for you and tell them, this is my time. Okay. This is my time. Get a book, sit on your back porch or whatever. This is my time. If you have to take 30 minutes when you come home, sit in your driveway and listen to soft music, make that your time. You have to take time for yourself. Now, some of us have some real big issues. And, some of us are crying out every day. Listen, there's nothing wrong with getting help. Like I said before, I am going to put the number of the psychologists and psychiatrists group that I personally use, that you can call. Hey, sis, that you can call, and you can call them, and you can use this psychiatry group from your phone. That means you can take, if you don't want nobody even in your house to know, you can go in your car and park and talk to them from your phone. Okay. Some things I do know they can prescribe, and some things I know they can't. But they have referrals and all of that. And it's several ones that you can look online too. So you don't even have to go out looking anymore if you need someone to talk to and that kind of help. And I'll put a number up afterwards on my Facebook page for you guys. Listen, guys, this is serious. Too many of us is dying too fast, too early from all kind of things. And a lot of it's because we are so stressed out, our bodies cannot take it. That is one of the number one causes of death is stress. Okay? We got to do better. We got big houses, nice cars, and we hate to go home. We gotta say, hey, okay, there's gotta be more. It's gotta be. I gotta figure this out for me. Nobody else, for you. Okay? For you, your happiness, your contentment. Okay? Do things that make you happy. Take weekend trips for you. Nobody else want to go. You get in the car and go to the beach. You get in the car and go off for the weekend. Get you a cheap hotel room, buy a nice restaurant, if that's what you have to do for you. Find you somebody you can talk to. If you got a good girlfriend, great. Do some things for you. Don't let everybody keep stressing you out. Okay? Don't let people pressure you doing things that you don't want to do. I stopped that a long time ago. I used to try to be the yes person. You want me there? Yes, I can come. Sure, no problem. I stopped that. That was driving. Look, that put me in the ground almost. Okay, that did it for me. You can't be yes to everybody. I tell my daughter that all the time. You've got to learn no. I'm sorry. I would like to come. However, my plate is real full right now. But I promise you, I'll try to catch you next time. If I don't feel like going, I don't go anymore. Okay. And it's not that I have anything against anybody. And I tell my friends that it's not that. But if I don't feel like it, I'm not feeling well, I'm tired, I do not push myself anymore. But I used to. And like I said, I almost caused me to be 6 feet under. Okay. I'm doing that anymore. I'm not. So, ladies, we gotta think more of ourselves. We have to speak out for us. If nobody else is going to speak out for us, we have to speak out for us. This whole abortion thing is ridiculous. Um, I think, I know people they're saying that I don't like abortion. I don't believe in abortion per se, but I do believe that there are some situations that it's better for the woman and even for the child, because we have so many children now that's in foster care and in adoption homes and in juvie. I mean, we have so many of our children that are lost, and we want to add more. It's rough. We ladies got to do better. Okay, we got to do better about our bodies. Okay, you are in control of your body. You. Okay, make no mistake about that. You take care of you. You guard this, because once it's broken, it's hard to fix. Man, it's hard to fix. You know, I was reading a statistic the other day that over 40% of African American women face domestic violence and sexual abuse in their homes. Over 1 in every 3 women, period, will come in contact with some type of sexual abuse or rape. Those numbers are crazy. Okay. And we women have to say that's enough. We women have to say that is enough. Okay. This is my body. Okay. This is my world right here. Okay. God said, look, this is the temple. Okay. I'm going to guard this. I don't care who like it. I'm going to protect this. You've got to start protecting this. Okay. You have to, and protect your young women, and then teach your men and your young men how to protect women, because we're the naturers. We're the naturers. We're the one that raised the children most of the time. So we have to be well. We have a lot of messed up things going on right now because we as women, we're not well. We're not mentally well. We're not emotionally well. We're not spiritually well. Okay. And we're not physically well. So how are you going to raise and nurture children in a proper manner and you sick? My daughter always say, sick people make people sick, hurt people hurt people. And that's what we're seeing. Because when you come home upset, you don't hear nothing. You don't care what's going on. Okay, I've been there. Okay, when you don't feel good, you don't feel good. Right now I'm raising an 11-year-old boy, and I'm gonna tell you it's rough because a lot of times I don't feel well, and when I don't feel well, I can't give him the attention that he needs. I can't give him, all the study time and all run outside and jump and all that. Can't do that. Y'all see this one here, right? Right? Can't do it. So we have to get well. Okay, we have to if we want to raise, a better. We always talk about the next generation. Okay, right now I don't know what to say. We in trouble, but we can always start from the day. We can always start from the day. Let's start with you first. Let's get you right. Let's get well first. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna get that pencil. I'm gonna get that paper out. I'm gonna start writing down the things that I like and the things that I don't like. Okay. And then on this side of the things I don't like, I'm gonna start tackling one at a time. Okay. How can I get rid of them? How can I change them? Okay. Let's start with you. Let's start making you happy. What can I do this week to make me happy? This week, what can I do? Something. One thing this week I want you to put on your calendar. I'm going to do one thing that makes me happy this week. One thing for me, nobody else, me. Okay? Put that on your calendar. Then I want you to put on your calendar, I'm going to take those woosah moments, 15 minutes a day to woosah, whether it be in my car, whether I go into the bathroom, whether I go into my room, whether I go into my closet, wherever. 15 minutes is my time. before I hear anything. Okay. So one thing this week for you. Do one thing for you. Next thing, try to do 15 minutes a day of quiet time, some relaxing music, that woo-saw moment for you. Okay. Whether it be in your car, outside, your house, your room, your bathroom, I don't care. Okay. Try that. Another thing I want you to try to do, if you can, I want you to, I really want you to take some time and write. I want you to write down how you're feeling. I want you to see for yourself where you are or where you may be. Write it down. Write a letter to yourself. Okay? Write a letter to yourself. Hey, Miss Pugh. Hey, how are you? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So good to see you. I wish we were up there to celebrate with you. Hopefully, maybe soon we can. But I want y'all to take some time for yourself. Write down, write a letter to yourself. Just write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to you about you and how you're feeling, whatever it may be. Then after you write the letter, you can tear it up, you can burn it, do whatever. But I want you to take time to write a letter to you. Okay? Then I want you, like I said, to make sure you have the things you like and the things you dislike. And that dislike side, we're going to start tackling them one at a time. Let's get rid of some of that stuff right there. Okay? Let's do that. Let's start working on ourselves, women. Whatever it may be. Start to better your life. It does us no good, whether it be, whatever religion, affiliation you may be with. It does no good for us to read, the Bible, read the Quran, read the Torah, and all these different books, but we don't know how to implement those things in our lives. So we're reflecting what we say we are, what we profess. Okay. And a lot of times it's because we got so much going on. We don't even know what's going on with ourselves. It's hard to implement, as we say, because everything is so in an uproar right now. My kids don't want to go nowhere with me. I can't get them to do this. I can't get them to do that, blah, blah. You have to say, no, enough's enough. And that's why I said, when you start what you don't like, then you start knocking them down. This is going to change. This is going to change. I'm going to change this. Slowly but surely, knock them off your list. Then the next thing you know, you'll start feeling a little relief from the situations in your life. Okay? Organization. Organize your life. Organize your house where you can find things. Don't be looking all over for your keys. Have one spot where your keys are every day. Have one spot that you put your purse at every day. Organize your life so to make it a little easier. Take one day out of a week to get your car cleaned up. All these little bitty things, but you'll be surprised when you start to do these things, how your life will start to flow a little better. Okay. And that's what we want to get to. We want to get to where we as women, we have a little ease in our life and we're not so stressed out that we're not functioning right. Okay. Then when we tackle that, then we can start tackling the people that are around us and start making that circle like this. Okay. We can start closing that circle because everybody don't need to be in your life. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's friends, family, mama, brother, sister, cousin, kids. Sometimes you got to cut them off. Okay. You got to cut them off. That circle has to be about right there. All right. That support circle. And we'll talk about drawing your support circle later, putting you in the middle. And then we'll put the arms out so you can start to see who really is in your support. Because you'll be surprised when you draw out that support circle and then you start putting people who really support you, it becomes show. Okay, it's gonna become short, but it needs to because you need positive people in your life, not negative people. Like I told y'all last week, I had a boyfriend who gave me everything. I mean, he gave me whatever I wanted financially, but he had a problem with verbally abusing me by all the little things. He would say, "Oh, you been out in the sun? You sure are black this week," And I'm like, "What you mean? I'm black? You darker." Or what's wrong with your hair? He would in after a while, I started doing like this. Okay. And before I knew it, my self-esteem, I was like questioning myself, like, wait a minute, something wrong with me? Maybe I need to change. And then it clicked, hey, this is not good for me. Okay. He tripping. And I had to cut him out because he was abusing me to the point, verbally abusing me to the point that it was like, I can't take this. Okay, this is damaging me. And I had to cut him out. And people were saying, well, he's a good guy and he gives you money and he pays this and da 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 da. Money ain't everything. Like I said before, you have to know what's good for you. Okay. And money's not everything. And I said, hey, this is not working. So I had to cut that out. So there are going to be some people in your life that every time they say something is negative, is not positive, you got to cut some people out. So we're going to talk about that, probably next week or so. Because I'm trying to lead up to something. I'm trying to really lead up to the conversation of relationships. Okay. And that's going to be deep because when I have those conversations, when we talk about man and woman and stuff, I want to have a group conversation. So it'll be more than me talking. It'll be a few of us making comments because we go through so much in relationships and not understanding what a relationship really should look like or a healthy relationship should look like. So many of us don't understand what a healthy relationship should look like, right? So we fumble through. We meet a guy, he seemed nice. We try it out. That didn't work. We meet another guy, seems nice. That didn't work. Then we try another. So look, I'm gonna try this guy over here. He a little different. Let me try this. That didn't work. And before you know it, we done got damaged. We got hit this way, hit that way, boom, boom. So by the time we get older, we like, oh shoot, I don't even know if I want a relationship. Okay. So, I want to talk about that, but I'm kind of trying to lead up to that. So I want to work on us first for a couple of sessions. We're just going to talk about us and getting us better. Then we'll talk about relationships because I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot have a healthy relationship if you're not well. Period. I don't care how great the guy is. I don't care how great the woman is. If you are not well, the relationship will not be well and it will not end well. Okay. Because it started in trouble, it's going to end in trouble. So we've got to get well first. We've got to get prepared first. Okay. I hear women all the time, especially, in the church. I want a good man. I want a godly man. Okay, that's fine. We all women want that. But are you a good woman? Are you a godly woman? Or vice versa? A man said, I want a good woman. Are you a good man? Do you protect and provide? Do you understand what that means? Do you love? Do you know how to love? Same with a woman. Do you love? Do you know how to love? Do you know how to take care of a household? I mean, it's a lot of things. So we have to get well. We can't keep bringing garbage from past relationships in and think everything's going to work because it's not. It's not going to work. We have to get well first. So I want us to work on us. So like I said, this week, make it a goal. Please pass this video on because we're going to be doing these each week, trying to help. And like I said, we're going to get to the meaty stuff. We're going to have serious conversations. And I want to have it where there are people of different ages. And eventually we're going to have a man and woman platform where there are men and women talking. Trust and believe that's going to be something because men think totally different than we do. Okay, totally different. So that's going to be crazy. But I want to deal with us first. I want to deal with us. I want us to get well. Okay, I want us to get there. I really, really encourage y'all when I put the number up And I don't know, I'll put it up somehow. I'll tag it in my link in YouTube. And then on Facebook, I'll just do a post with the wellness number that y'all can use if you are looking for a therapist or something. You can use that number. Um, I want y'all to make sure you do the columns, what you like and what you dislike. And I want you to write a letter to yourself. That is very important. Write that letter to yourself. How you feel right now. Okay? Right now. Nobody else needs to see it. This is to you. Write that letter, then you can tear it up or burn it. But that is going to give you so much clarity. Remember, we're visual people. Okay? Write the letter. Okay? And then we're going to go from there. But remember, it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with wanting to change. There's nothing wrong with wanting some help. You can always change. Okay. I don't care how long it's been, if things been this way forever. You have a right to change if you choose. Okay. That's your right. It was so funny last night. I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and me, her, and my husband going back and forth because I was telling him, I said, the Bible said I'm the gift, and you get favor because you married to me. I'm the gift, right? And so he was like, well, what did it say about husband? I said, well, it didn't say too much about y'all. It just said we the gift, right? So we going back and forth. But for real, the Bible does say that. It says the woman is the gift, okay? And men get favor when they find us, when they marry us. And it also says that when a man finds a woman, he finds a good thing. So women, we are important. So don't think you're not. Don't let nobody think that you're not important. You are. You are very important. And I want to see us healthier because I want to see our children healthier. And like I said, I'm fired up about this. Every time I look around, women's booties is out on TV, on everything we see. I'm pissed about that, okay? Because I think at some point we women should say, hey, that's enough, okay? You don't have all the men. I don't see the men's butts turned out unless it's that little, what's his name, little boy with the pink and blue one saying cowboy. I don't know what's going on with that. But, we know what's going on with that, okay? But other than that, they ain't selling their records with their butts all out. So why are we? It's exploitation. And if nothing else, if you don't know the Sarah Barton story, you need to read it and you need to show that to your young women. Plaster it on Facebook. All these little stars that got all these Instagram accounts, tag it to them. Okay? So they can maybe think about it. Look, if making money means more to you than your integrity, you got a problem. Maybe I don't need to support you. Okay? Maybe my money don't need to support you. Okay? We got to do better with that. I'm pissed about that. I really am. I'm sick of that. All right? Like I said before, we're more than that. You're more than that. You're more than how beautiful you are. You're more than how nice you're shaped. You have a mind. You think. You function. And if a man is only looking at you for that, or if he only wants you for that, you got a problem. Because the same way he do you, he gonna do somebody else. Just remember that. Just remember that. So, ladies, I hope y'all enjoyed everything. Thank you all for all the beautiful comments that you have made tonight. I do want to send out my condolences to the family of Dr. Ava Muhammad. She passed away a few days ago. For those who may not know, Ava Muhammad was a friend of mine. I was surprised to hear of her passing, but we all have to go that way one day. Also, I want to send out condolences to the Burgess family. Pastor Patrick Burgess was hit a few weeks ago by a truck, and he held on as long as he could, and he passed away a few days ago. You know, we live in a time now where it's not certain that we're going to be here today or tomorrow. We just never know. So you need to live your life to the fullest. You need to love life. You need to love it and hold on to it for as long as you can and enjoy your life. You can't do that stressed out. So I hope that all of you take some of the tips that I gave you today. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, you can always drop them in my box. I can personally text you back, or we can talk about it next week. We will be back on again next week at the same time, 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Like I said, if there's any topics y'all want to really talk about, or if you want to be brought into the conversation, I can bring you guys in on camera. Just let me know. All you have to do once you come in is say, bring me in, send me a wave, and I'll bring you in and we can talk. All right, ladies. I love you, ladies. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Please tune in. I'm going, like I said, we're going to be eventually all YouTube and Instagram. But I'll let y'all know when that comes. Join my Instagram, join my YouTube channel. And we're going to build higher. This is our second one. We're going to keep building higher and higher and going up levels. We're going to have, eventually I'm going to have guest speakers in. My girlfriend, Katrina, is going to be co-hosting when we do our podcast. We're trying to get that together for you guys. It's going to be crazy. I'm telling y'all, because my girlfriend, Katrina, she don't hold back nothing. Okay. Nothing. So that's going to be something to see. I really and truly love you, ladies. Like I said, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, just inbox me. Let me know. Me and my co-producer will see y'all next week. Of course, when they get a little deeper, I'm gonna have to cut him out, right? But he don't know that yet. But for now, he's here. All right, guys. We love y'all. Say goodbye, co-producer.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Got it. All right.